Hey, welcome. It's Friday. I'm glad to be back. Last week I was traveling. Hopefully you guys got to see that even when I travel, I have my own struggles and little ways that I kind of learn to combat them. The biggest thing I've learned to be is mentally flexible, which, by the way, leads me into the Ironman Wisconsin stuff. First, good luck if you're racing. I know that there's been some changes to the bike course and all types of things, but you know what? It's not a big deal. If there was other things like out on a training ride, you deal with it, right? So the biggest thing I've been telling my athletes is, look, you're ready to race whatever course they put in front of you. So whatever it is, you deal with it. Imagine if you were starting a training ride and your friend said, hey, let's go this way instead of this way. It wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I got to call my coach and make sure that I can still go this way. You know, just relax. You got this. Be patient. That's one of my biggest tips for anybody racing Ironman. Be very, very patient. I've never had a good race where I've tried to push. So hold back, relax, let the day come to you, and realize hopefully your training's got you faster, and you'll be going faster because you're more fit, not because you're racing a lot harder. So patience is the biggest one. The other thing that I tell a lot of my athletes too is do not overcomplicate something that's supposed to be very, very simple. You're going to go for a swim, then you're going to go for a bike ride, and then you're going to go for a run. So age groupers have this amazing way to make things very, very complex and complicated. It doesn't have to be that way. So hopefully everything you've done in training is teaching you how to kind of be on quote unquote autopilot and just making sure that you stay within the same things that you've been doing in training. So make sure you're doing that. So hold back, be patient, and don't overcomplicate it. The other thing that I have learned long ago is the difference between a lot of elite racers and a lot of age group racers are elite guys like pros and pro women, they execute, where age groupers tend to really think, which goes back to keeping it simple and relaxing. So if you look at like a lot of the pro bikes or the elite type guys and gals, it's very simple, kind of clean setups, very easy to execute. And then you look down the rack and you see people with sandwiches and bananas and fruit baskets and buckets and changes of clothes and changing tents, and relax, okay? So keep it simple. You got this. The other thing that I'll say too is what I find, and it's tempting to do myself, is when you get to the race, when you get to Ironman, you tend to try to be super well behaved, almost to the point that it becomes stressful. Like, I have to hold this cadence, I have to hold this position, I can't do this stuff, I can't do that stuff. Look, when you were out training, you were strict with yourself, I'm sure, but you weren't so strict. So you know what? If you want to throw it in a big gear for a little while and change up how your muscles are being used, go for it. If you want to spin for a little bit, if that's what you do in training and that's what feels good in training, go for it. Don't feel like just because everyone else is out around doing something maybe a little different than what you're used to, you have to do everything that everybody thinks that, you know, they should do and what everybody's expecting you to do. Dance with the one that brought you there, you know? Dance with the one that you came with is what they say. So stay on top of your nutrition. And another little tip that I'll leave people with is ask yourself every 10 minutes, am I feeling okay, right? Relative to what it is I have left. I started out the race, hopefully you're feeling good. Every 10 minutes, check in with yourself. Am I feeling good? If the answer is, I don't know, fix whatever you're doing, whether it's too fast, whether it's overexerting yourself, whether it's nutrition. You know, if 10 minutes ago you were like, hey, this is fine, and then in the next 10 minutes you're like, something went wrong, you can still come back from that. If you try to ignore it and you get super stubborn, that's when things start to really add up and things really start to go wrong. And when they go wrong in Ironman, it's hard to correct once you ignore it. So have a great day out there. Relax, realize that things are going to go tough at times, and just be patient, weather the storms, and things will get better if you can just stay mentally strong in what it is you're doing at the moment. Again, please, everyone, come check out the Superfly community. It's free. I'm going to be announcing, not yet, but I'll tease people here a little bit. Next year, I'm going to have 2 squads that I'm going to personally coach virtually for Ironman and for 70.3. So it's going to be me coaching those 2 squads. And if you're interested, I'm going to be putting out information in that group. It's going to be less than a couple $100 a month, so it's going to be super affordable. It's going to be super awesome. You're going to have a lot of access to me, and I'll be announcing that later. But I don't want to take away from the people racing this weekend. Have a great race. Just be thankful that you don't have to run sub 440 pace like Frodeno did at 70.3 Worlds, or you don't have to run 112 pace like Ben Canute did. Man, those guys are fast. So anyway, have a great race, everybody, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.